Masserella from Kbsa Design House, and I'm a designer. It is the first award that I've won, the Young Designer of the Year award. Yeah, it's nice to kind of have some recognition for my work. Definitely kind of solidifies the fact that I'm on the right path. The job was a new build based in kind of Huddersfield area, and so they'd bought a plot of land, and it kind of came to us before they'd even started building, which was good for us because we could kind of have input into the design if need be, which we ultimately did make a few alterations to the build, which helped us in the design process. We actually increased the length of the build by about 300 mil, which really helped for the proportion. Their brief, what they were wanting in terms of spec of kind of appliances and furniture, just having that a little bit extra space helped with the size of the island and kind of other elements, especially with the circulation space around it. Creating something that was good for the kind of cooking side of it, as well as the kind of social aspect, and particularly because of the shape of the room, I wanted that living, dining, and social space, kind of creating particularly the breakfast bar area because of the pinch point in the room, something that would work and be social at the same time. What they wanted was something that was kind of social, to say, rather than a traditional breakfast bar where they're all kind of sat straight in front of them. It kind of makes you feel like you're sat together, and then also with the kind of cooking hob on the island, it kind of gives it that social thing of when someone's cooking, people can be sat there and you can still be having a conversation, rather than what the kind of traditional or the standard used to, someone would be cooking up against a wall and then people would be sat elsewhere and you're constantly turning around. And especially the kind of appliances that they've got in there, like the teppanyaki, it's quite a theatrical style of cooking, kind of makes in the space more social. And to be fair, the kind of breakfast bar, because we've not really done anything like that before, I think the whole scheme, living through dining through kitchen, feels like a family space and great for kind of entertaining, creating the details like the bar, for example, away from the main kitchen to kind of keep people from under the feet when they are in that cooking mode. And the working ergonomics of the kitchen just works really well. I wouldn't say I have a signature style, just because of the projects that I work on are so varied, whether it's a contemporary new build, that goes for kind of that more Germanic clean lines kind of look, and then all the way up to working on listed period properties, Georgian properties that we put more traditional kind of cabinetry into. So it's a vast range. I mean, my personal preference and style is something kind of more wacky and conceptual. I don't always get that with clients. What I enjoy is when I have a client who is interested in the design process and does want input. Obviously, as designers to what a client needs, but it's when they have vested interest in it, and kind of you can draw on their experiences and what they are wanting to use the space for, kind of have a bit of a deeper conversation about it, which is nice. I studied interior and spatial design at uni, which was quite architectural based. So, like for example, last week I was in Paris and I went to go see some of Le Corbusier's apartments and a hotel that he designed. I'm quite interested in contemporary classic furniture as well. So I kind of get my inspirations from all sorts, as well as media, photography, fashion, anything creative really. I think you need to have interest just in interior design in general. It's a lot more holistic than just picking cabinets, and I think you need to come at it from an approach. I think it helps if you're interested in cooking as well. I definitely am, and I feel like that when you're thinking like that, you're thinking of how actually you would want a space, or you would want a client space to actually work. And then also nowadays as well, I think CAD design, where I work, we don't use programs that you kind of can just put pre-designed components and kind of build everything from scratch in architectural software, because we have the advantage of designing bespoke and having it all created in our own workshops. It's that extra level of detail that you don't get in other places. I'm always interested in new materials and kind of exploring what could be used and how it could be used to create something different every time. And it's just that constantly keeping yourself in the know, new materials, new products, and how that is going to in turn affect a design. I want to just feel like I'm doing the same thing. I'm always looking, to better myself in that sense. I was actually doing some research over the weekend at just some like kind of short courses at my old university. There are some that are just maybe more specific on lighting, and then just kind of maybe like project management to see if there are any more skills that I can kind of pick up from what I have now. It's Chelsea College of Arts, so that's part of the Uni of Arts London. I was just looking at their website and there seems to be a few good courses that I think would be applicable to me. So I look forward to it. In fact, I need to make a decision because one of them actually starts tomorrow.